Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Sprint brought to you from Nile TV International. My name is Sharif Al-Touni, and as usual in this edition we'll be having a roundup for the latest sports events across this week, and we'll be having a very special segment around tennis. We'll be speaking about a wrap-up of the season of 2013 for tennis, and we'll also look at 2014 and the upcoming matches. We'll be looking a little bit about Abu Dhabi Open and also the Hopman Cup in tennis. And moving, we'll be looking at the latest results with the Egyptian Premier League, the latest matches for Zamalek and Ismaili. Zamalek managed to win 1-0 Talaq Geish, and Ismaili, despite a draw with the Police Union, they are on top of Group B. Let's now move for a short break and returning back for more. Welcome back. You're still watching Sprint. I have the pleasure to introduce my guest for tonight. I am joined with Islam Sanhouri, sports and tennis expert. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, Sharif. It's my pleasure being with you, and Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. It's definitely one of the first editions of Sprint for 2014, and we'll definitely have a look at tennis. What's upcoming in this season is going to be really interesting. But before we move to your analysis about the players and the top players and who's going to be in the scene for 2014, let's have a look on the story of Hopman Cup and how Jo-Wilfried Tsonga, number 10, managed to lead his team to win the Hopman Cup.
France won their first Hopman Cup title, taking a thrilling decider against Poland. The two countries split the single rubbers at the mixed tournament teams, with Jo-Wilfried Tsonga beating Grigoris Panfil and Agnieszka Radwanska then edging past Elise Cornet in an epic battle. The French then claimed the tie with a 6-love, 6-2 win in the mixed doubles rubber. France had previously been beaten in the 1998 and 2012 finals. No players during the tournament showed more determination to win the Cornet, and she was understandably thrilled to notch her country's first win in the tournament. Tsonga, the world number 10, said Cornet had a future in Hollywood after theatrics on court, including jumping into his arms after the winning point. He has pleased himself with his form heading towards the Australian Open, finishing unbeaten in singles this week, and said winning the event was the icing on the cake. Although Panfil was on the wrong side of the ledger, in the final the tournament was still the highlight of his career. Ranked 288 in the world, he beat top 30 players Milos Raonic and Andrea Seppi, and pocketed easily the biggest paycheck of his career. The 26-year-old was a late replacement for countryman Jerez Juanez in the tournament. After Tsonga won his singles match in 3 sets, 6-3, 3-6, 6-3, Radwanska leveled the final with a grueling win over Cornet in a high-intensity match with many long rallies.
6-3, 6-7, 6-2. sets. 2 sets to love. 6 love, 6-2.
Welcome back. You're still watching a sprint, and I'm still joined with Islam Sanhouri, sports and tennis expert. Once again, I'd like to thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
And let's start with Hopman Cup. The charismatic Wilfried Tsonga managed to lead France to win this cup.
Tsonga, he had an injury in last season, and he recovered, I think completely he recovered from the injury, and he started his season in Abu Dhabi with Mubadala. It is a good competition. It is an exhibition, but it is a real competition, and he beat Andy Murray, and he lost to Novak Djokovic, but he looks very confident in his game, his big serve, his big forehand. He's a risky player, and he can play very well from all court. I mean, his performance by the net is good as well. So Tsonga, I think he'll be a different one than last year, when the injuries, different injuries, stopped him from achieving what he can achieve.
Yes, and do you think this is the prime reason we did not really see him much in 2013 or late 2013 in the second half?
Yeah, yes, it was the injury, and he even the events he participated in, he lost early, first, second round.
I think his highest rank was 4th or 5th.
I think he was number 5, yeah.
Yes,
he
so
didn't reach 4.
do you think he can, one of the players who really has style in play, you would love to watch him, do you think he would stand a chance to pass from the 10th spot or the 10th ranking up to the top 5 once again?
I think he can do that, yeah, but still I cannot see him one of the best 2-3 players in the world. He can be there at 5, maybe if he's very lucky to be number 4, but not in the top 4 players. Especially with those who are there nowadays. I mean, we have 3 outstanding. We used to say 4, but Roger Federer is not the one we used to see in the court, and we expected him to perform well in the new season, and he started in Brisbane, trying to adapt himself for the Australian Open, and he got a coach now, one of the legends of tennis, Stefan Edberg, the Swede. Yes. He used to be number 1, and Stefan Edberg went to Dubai, and he practiced with Roger for 1 week before Roger flew to Australia and played in Brisbane. He went to the final, and we expected him to win. He's number 6, and his opponent is number 60, unseeded player, but very dangerous one. He used to be number 1 in the world. He ended the season twice as number 1. In 2001 and 2002, and he is the countryman of Australia, which is Leighton Hewitt. Yes. But the match was very, very strange. A lot of unforced errors from Roger. He lost the first set 6-1. He came back in winning the second set, and then he played only 1 game wrong with his serve. It was quite enough for the wall, Leighton Hewitt, to beat him. In the second final in a row. He beat him.
It was supposed to be a surprise, this match, for a lot of analysts, do you think, especially that Roger Federer was prepared much? He has released a lot of statements about being able to still snatch one of the top 4 games within 2014 and starting maybe with Australia Open?
I hope so. You know, I'm very much fond of Roger, and I'm one of his fans. I like the way he's playing. He's very decent in and out the court, and all his achievements are great. Meanwhile, last year he got only 1 title. This 1 title was in Halle on grass, and he couldn't get any other one. I hope this year he can get more and more, because you know he's in the 3rd place regarding titles.
Yes.
The first one is Jimmy Connors with 109 titles. The second one is Ivan Lendl, 94, and Roger, 77. He used to have 5, 6. Sometimes he went to 12 in 2 years in a row.
But in general, in Islam, I think Roger Federer is trying, has been trying since maybe 2011 and 2012 to have this, you know, consistent comeback. But it never settles towards a consistent state.
After losing in the semifinals of 2011 US Open, when he had 2 match points to go to the final for the 2nd year in a row with Novak Djokovic, and he lost. He played Davis Cup for Switzerland, and then he had 6 weeks preparation, and he ended the season as the best player in the world. He won all the events he participated in, and he beat Jo-Wilfried Tsonga every Sunday. It was a final with Tsonga, and